Every day, the future looks a little bit darker.
The sci-fi thriller Watchmen is based on a graphic novel created by Alan Moore and drawn by Dave Gibbons. While Watchmen's filmmakers try to be true to the novel, only Gibbons is listed in the movie's credits. Gibbons drew storyboards and consulted with the production.
I'm just bowled over by the level of attention to detail. I mean, every little corner of everything is being considered.
Despite Gibbons' excitement, Alan Moore wants nothing to do with the big screen translations of his novels, even though the Watchmen movie makers went out of their way to recreate the novel on film. This look at Moore's other graphic novels turned big screen movies might explain his lack of enthusiasm.
Don't struggle. You'll only make this more painful.
From Hell, starring Johnny Depp and Heather Graham, is loosely based on Alan Moore's graphic novel. It's a theory about serial killer Jack the Ripper's identity. Directors, the Hughes brothers, made it clear they didn't want to copy the novel.
We just try to mainly bring the atmosphere from the graphic novel into the movie, and we try to definitely do our own thing because we thought it'd be boring just to go see the movie and it's exactly what the comic book is. So we definitely put our own spin on it and took more of the atmosphere and the characters from the comic book.
It's a very kind of complicated and interesting theory about who he was. And, you know, you meet a lot of characters along the way and you wonder who it is, and in the end I think it's pretty surprising.
The science fiction community embraced From Hell, but it was a disappointment to Moore's fans. The fantasy The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen is also based on an Alan Moore graphic novel. It's a story that unites characters from 19th century literature against a common enemy.
They would do anything to protect you.
You know, that's your biggest mistake. Thinking that I need them to protect me.
The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, starring Sean Connery, is another example of filmmakers using the graphic novel's title for its fan base, then taking the story in a completely different direction. Producer Don Murphy explained.
The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, the comic, is not necessarily the idea exactly as Alan Moore pitched it to me. The movie is not exactly the comic. You know, it's bigger, it's more amped up, it's more of a thrill ride than the comic was.
The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen was a box office dud and another disappointment for Moore and his fans. In 2005, another Alan Moore graphic novel was made into a movie, V for Vendetta. This futuristic sci-fi thriller stars Natalie Portman and is directed by James McTeague.
Disdaining fortune with his burnished steel, which smoked with bloody execution.
Finger me, pal.
Really tried to, stay true to the, the ideas and the intent and the questions that the graphic novel asks. But, with any adaptation, you have to make compromises on like subplots, and you have to do amalgamation of characters. I think in essence the graphic novel's there.
I was given the graphic novel when they offered me the part, and I read it, and it was extremely helpful. It's almost like a storyboard for the film.
Judging from past adaptations of Alan Moore's graphic novels, it's no wonder he turned his back on the movie industry. But in an unusual move for Hollywood, the director behind Watchmen, Zack Snyder, wanted Moore's approval.
We loved the book, and we loved the images, and we really kind of cared to make them come to life as much as we could and make it respectful.
Moore will distribute the money he would have made for credit on Watchmen to the other artists on the project.
There's no need for violence.
His name is etched in box office history. Movie star Bruce Willis takes chances, loves cutting-edge technology, and isn't afraid to accept the quirky character roles hitting his desk.